Karen Turner stood by the roadside, her heart pounding with dread as she knelt beside the lifeless body of a small black cat. It bore a striking resemblance to her own beloved Sammy, missing since yesterday. Tears blurred her vision as she gently lifted the cat and carried it to her father's house nearby. Her elderly parents greeted her with concern etched on their faces as they saw Karen's tears. Without words, they understood her sorrow. Together, they dug a grave in their garden under the watchful branches of an old oak tree. Karen placed the cat inside, her father crafting a makeshift cross with trembling hands. They stood in silence, saying their goodbyes to the cat they believed to be Sammy. The weight of grief settled heavily on Karen as she made her way back home. Sammy had been her faithful companion for 6 years, never straying far from her side. Now the house felt empty, devoid of his comforting presence. She struggled to keep her emotions in check, trying not to upset her parents further. Hours passed in a haze of sadness and disbelief. Karen's thoughts wandered to her husband, due to return home soon. How would she break the news to him? He adored Sammy just as much, and she dreaded seeing his heartache. Then, in a moment that felt surreal, Karen heard a familiar sound echoing through the house, a soft meow coming from the direction of the cat door. She froze in place, her heart skipping a beat. Could it be? With trembling hands, Karen rushed to the door, and there, standing before her, was Sammy. Her Sammy, alive and well, blinking up at her with curiosity. Karen couldn't believe her eyes. Amidst her joyous reunion with Sammy, confusion and guilt gnawed at Karen's heart. If Sammy was here, then whose cat had they buried? She knew she had to find out, to set things right. Driven by a sense of responsibility, Karen turned to social media. A pensioner living nearby had been searching desperately for her own cat, Morris, who had gone missing. Karen gathered her courage and dialed the number listed. With a trembling voice, she explained the mistake, apologizing profusely for the mix-up. The pensioner listened in stunned silence, her voice thick with emotion. She thanked Karen for giving Morris a dignified farewell and expressed her wish to have him cremated. If you liked the video, put like and subscribe to the channel, where you will find a lot of interesting things.